Hello, everybody. I'm a practicing therapist and I'm also a doctoral student of psychology. Today, we're going to talk about what to do when an avoidant pulls away and basically how to become more secure and get the love that you want from an avoidant. This was requested. Avoidants pull away a lot. And I think the definition of pulling away is different per person, per avoidant. And in general, all that I mean is that you feel like they're a little bit less engaged in one moment comparison to the prior moment, or maybe what you expect. And this can happen after an argument. It can happen because they're busy at work. It can happen just because they have the flu. And you can sense that. And sometimes if you're anxious or fearful, that activates anxiety and fear in you. But sometimes your reaction to them pulling away makes them pull away even more, which makes you more anxious. And the cycle continues. And it's hard for a relationship to sustain when you both are pressuring each other's trigger points. And so when they pull away, because sometimes people pull away for reasons that have nothing to do with the relationship. Often that's what's happening. If you can establish yourself, they can return back and they are not triggered. And because you reacted a certain way, they are actually less likely to pull away because they feel safe. And so the very first one is reduce your panic by redirecting your attention. And I'm going to give some techniques depending on how you feel about grounding exercises or redirecting exercises. Pick the one that you like the most. I'm just giving some examples. Sometimes what you can do, if it's completely you're right in that panic, you can focus on items in your room. Sometimes people say look at certain items and just describe them, even describing them out loud, just so you are literally consciously focusing on something else, right? Focusing on your laptop, looking at the colors of the keys, whatever it is, looking at the fan on your ceiling. Focus on those things, describe it. Do that 2, 3, 4, 5 items and see how you feel. Usually you feel a little bit more calm. Another one can be smelling something, smelling perfume, body wash. Anything typically like a strong scent can really help to ground yourself. Another one that can really help some folks is taking a shower, and usually using stronger scents can really help. Taking a shower actually helps because the water is falling on top of you, and it actually helps your body to remain calm. You're in a space that a lot of people are safe and comfortable in their showers. They feel more comfortable being in that enclosed space, warm water, whatever it is. I would recommend with the lights off and just being calm in your thoughts. And usually showers help your mind to not race, whereas lying down can sometimes your mind can race. Another one could be to lie down though, depending on how you feel. If you're being very exhausted and the panic is taking up a lot of, energy in your body, lie down. And another one could be like counting from 1 to 50 slowly. Whatever you can do to redirect your attention from their pulling away momentarily. Then from there, go ahead and do something else, and then maybe go back and do your grounding exercises. Do it in your pace, but try your best to move away from that initial panic until it reduces a little bit. The next one is observe behavior rather than assume, or ask directly. If they pull away, ask them, hey, I noticed that you've been a little bit distant, or you can use a different word. I noticed that you've been a little distracted. Is it because of your meeting? Is it because you've been sick? You can ask if you kind of have a feeling, or you can ask, what's that about? I'm just wondering. I hope you're okay. This allows you to really realize that whatever your negative assumption is probably not accurate. And I'm just going to be honest with you, it's probably not. If you have anxious attachment style or you're fearful avoidant, you guys are going to think more negative than it is because it's based on your childhood. Whereas usually, I'm just being honest with you, avoidants, a lot of them, especially if they're genuine folks, they're pretty boring. I'm just being honest. They're not really doing anything nefarious. Sometimes they're just doing their own thing. A lot of them like to be productive. A lot of them have an obsession with productivity. I'm kind of calling myself out on this one, to be honest. I've worked on it, but it's you want to do everything. You want to cook, you want to clean, you want to do 10 businesses, and that's usually what they're doing. Whatever it is, they're focused on that. And a lot of avoidants have a one-track mind. I've told you guys this before on my channel. I'm very one-track minded. I do one thing and then I do another thing and then I do another thing. It's really hard to do a couple things at once. And so people might think I'm ignoring them or I'm not listening or whatever it is. It's not that. I'm just busy doing something else right now. And so often that's usually what it is. And so if you can figure out what it is, rather than assume or observe, right? Maybe your avoidant is really stressed at work, and then after the work stress dies down or decreases, they're more available emotionally and more expressive. Now you know, okay, it had nothing to do with you, it was work. The next one is don't lie to yourself on how you feel, is the best way to put it. And allow yourself to process without dwelling. If you feel like, I feel uncomfortable that my partner hasn't texted me all day and I'm upset about it, I'm mad about it, I think it's inconsiderate because my partner knows I get anxious about those things. I feel like it shows that my partner doesn't care. We've been together for so many years and I feel uncomfortable because, I don't know, they're out of town and I'm worried about them. Whatever your version is, that's okay. That's not even like that bad. That's pretty valid. Doesn't mean that they're going to change, maybe, but you have to know what you're feeling, because if you battle it, it's going to come out in an indirect way. Maybe you'll pick fights with your partner. Maybe when your partner comes home, you'll be sad, you'll be crying, whatever it is, and you're not going to get the response that you may have gotten if you had processed and possibly communicated a little bit more clearly. And I think it's really helpful. The next one is you want to maintain your routines. You can adjust them if them pulling away is so triggering you get tired, but don't remove them completely. If you typically, I don't know, in the morning you make yourself breakfast, then you go for a jog, then you go to work, then you go to lunch with your friend, and then you finish the rest of your work, then you go home and you make dinner, whatever your routine is, okay? Don't adjust it too much. Don't skip work. Don't not go to lunch with your friend. Do what you normally do. However, if you're really tired and you need a little bit of a moment, maybe skip the gym just that day or do it in the afternoon, whatever you want to do. But don't be too hard on yourself. But at the same time, don't take away things that you love for somebody else pulling away. Whoever this person is, they're not worth ruining your routine. Like, you did that for yourself. They don't have that right, and you shouldn't let them. The next one is you want to set an emotional boundary. Don't let their behavior affect your self-worth. Easier said than done, but I promise, I know a lot of you guys do this. Avoidants don't show love the way you want to be loved, and they don't show love in a healthy way. That doesn't mean you're unlovable. To be honest, it means that they need to fix themselves. Don't let how they behave mean there's something wrong with you. Avoidants say pretty harsh things, and they think they're valid in doing so until they realize when they're healing. I know, I have experience with this, how embarrassing that it is that they said those things to people and how guilty they are. Right? They'll tell you you're needy, you're too much, whatever. And sometimes maybe you are, but first of all, you can say it in a nicer way for the avoidant. And second, as if they're perfect, right? And so don't let that affect you. They have problems. You probably do too. We all do. But don't let their problems become your problem. You have your own things to deal with. You don't need to deal with their issues too. Let them do what they need to do, but set an emotional boundary. Do not let it affect how you love yourself. And the last one is take time to carefully evaluate true compatibility, not chemistry. Do you really feel if this person pulls away for like days that that's healthy for you? If they pull away for a couple hours, maybe that's doable, but days, maybe that's doable for you. But for a lot of folks, it's not. They come in and out of your life every month or so. Is that doable? That's up to you to decide, but I want you to really think about it. What do you want for your life? Can they fit to some extent in that lifestyle? That's for you to decide, okay? Let's summarize and we'll wrap it up. Reduce your panic by redirecting your attention. Observe their behavior rather than assume. You can also ask directly. Don't lie to yourself on how you feel. Name how you feel. Process it without dwelling. Maintain your routine. Set an emotional boundary. And take time to carefully evaluate, are they truly compatible with you? I hope this video was helpful to somebody. Please like, subscribe. I will see you in the next one.